our next story of the day. Let's discuss the latest with Trump saying, hand them a little Bitcoin. That's right. Trump suggests crypto could wipe out the U.S. national debt. Let's at least discuss it, right? This was interesting. He actually shared this in a recent interview just the other day. It may have been Fox News, one of the major news platforms. But as you can see here, headline, hand him a little bitty. Donald Trump suggests crypto would wipe out the U.S. national debt. We have Trump. He said he could use crypto to pay off the U.S. government's $35 trillion national debt. Very interesting choice of words there. The Republican nominee for president brought up the idea in a recent interview. Yeah, it's correct, with Fox Business, though he didn't elaborate on how. Quoting him verbatim. Who knows? Maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion debt. Hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion. Trump also says the U.S. might as well be at the forefront of the crypto sector, which he says is intellectually very high level. Amen. And while speaking at the Bitcoin 2024 conference last weekend, former president said if he is elected again, he would stop the government from selling off its seized Bitcoin on the open market and would instead strategically hold the asset as an investment. And within 48 hours, $2 billion worth of Bitcoin held by the U.S. government was on the move to another wallet. You can't make this ish up. So anyways, in a bid to raise campaign funds and differentiate himself from President Biden, Trump has attempted to stake out a position as a crypto-friendly candidate this year, though he previously described digital assets as a disaster waiting to happen. And in May 2018, while serving at the Oval Office, he also reportedly directed then Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin to go after Bitcoin for fraud. That's right. So he's completely switched his stance, complete 180, because clearly Trump was against Bitcoin many years ago. And as of a few weeks ago, he's pro-crypto. He's pro-Bitcoin. He says he will not allow a central bank digital currency in America as long as he is president. He vowed to end Gensler's career and fire him day one when he gets reelected. He also proclaimed that they would stockpile Bitcoin for the United States of America, maybe through a treasury strategy. So we've come a long ways, family, as game theory continues in full effect. Now, Max Kaiser, he shared this. Trump dangerously lumps Bitcoin, crypto, stablecoins, and by extension, ETFs together. This is profoundly wrong. Trump and others also talk about backing the US dollar with Bitcoin. And I think the only other I know, it would be RFK, right? RFK Jr. has said this a few times. This is regrettable and very stupid. It won't make the US dollar any less toxic as an instrument of a rogue, hegemonic, monetary dictatorship that continues pillaging global resources, engages in wars of convenience, and celebrates moral decay and indecency as virtue. Fortunately, the U.S. and the U.S. dollar is self-euthanizing via typical end-of-the-empire follies. But as many have warned, Bitcoin ETFs and USD stablecoins are not Bitcoin. When the fiat world crumbles, it'll take these franken Bitcoins with them. Self-custody, actual Bitcoin. Be your own sovereign. And very powerful words here come from the high priest, because he's ultimately saying Bitcoin in an ETF can be confiscated from you. It's not Bitcoin. If you don't have it in your possession and control the private keys, you don't own it. It can be taken from you. You don't need to really know any more about that. And he is correct. Trump does lump all of the crypto in, right? When he is referring to crypto and becoming your crypto president. So you got to keep that in mind as well. Max makes a great point there. And this was off the back of this post from Corey Bates, who actually shared the interview with Fox Business between Trump. And he wrote, here's the full clip of Trump saying we'll pay off the national debt with Bitcoin. It gives a little more context. It is bigger than any company in the world already. We might as well be the leader. So again, he's clearly trying to get our vote, right? 50 million Bitcoiners in the United States of America. So this is a hot topic for this election here in 2024. Obviously, it wasn't even a topic of conversation previous election in 2020. But now, all eyes on the Bitcoin as game theory continues in full effect. So let me know your feedback, family. Welcome to the Q&A segment of the live show. What's poppin'? What's good in the hood? Holla at your boy, and let's go. USD, ironically, is the best, if a bad, lot of the big currencies. And did you see Trump even launched his own boots He has his own sneakers. And it says something like crypto president, and there's a Bitcoin logo. Did you see that the other day? Trump don't waste no time. Trump OS old, says Silas. Trump is old? Probably what you meant to say. I know I and O is next to each other on the keyboard there. Message retracted. Too late. We caught you red-handed. USA government sent $2 billion to a wallet that lost at sea before Trump gets in. Precisely. I think exactly what the Democrats and people in power were thinking. Before anyone else gets in office, let's get rid of the Bitcoin, because he just made a promise to never sell and to stockpile the biddy. And so I'm not surprised, because the current administration is completely against all of crypto and Bitcoin. And again, who are the three stooges? It's frickin' Biden, Warren, and Gensler. They're all colluding together to destroy Bitcoin. They work on behalf of the central banking cartels that put them in power. Trust that. You hear the music stop, better have a chair, eh? Trump does not understand much of it. At least he understands fiat, and the large part definitely has a very good knowledge of the dollar. So he must understand how corrupt and fake US dollars are, and that people are only using them because we are forced to use it with guns. You know what I mean? To our heads. Bitcoin to 25,000 is the new low. Guaranteed. You went even lower, Muhammad. If Trump uses one Bitcoin to pay off the entire national debt, the cost of one sat would be 350,000. All I can say is when. You make a good point, JC. I'm going to read that again. If Trump uses just one Bitcoin to pay off the entire 35 trillion national debt, the cost of one Satoshi would be 350,000 per sat. All I can say is when. Comment of the day right there. Well said, JC.